What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so I want to give a couple of more shout outs. I still have a shout out to all of the birthday donations I got. Shout out to the brother Eugene Parker for the $10 donation via the PayPal. I left a note saying, "Happy birthday, big bro." My thing is, why they blowing up Diddy like this? People like us, but No Smoke was on Charlie Sheen, who was giving people HIV on purpose, and nothing happened to him. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not going to try to take up too much time getting on my soapbox and talking about this, but I'm just going to say this. Until the majority start having the same smoke for everybody, I'm not going to have the same smoke for my people. I'm just not. I'm sorry. You could say it's racist. I put it right back to you. The media doesn't give the same smoke to everybody. They don't. And it's not even about wealth, because Diddy was a billionaire. Okay? Kyrie Irving, all he did was share a link, and the media made him out to be a criminal. But Aaron Rodgers and John Stockton could speak their mind, but Kyrie Irving couldn't. So that's all I got to say about that. Also, shout out to Daryl Paramore, hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, with the $5 donation via the PayPal. He says, "Happy birthday, Apocalypse." Fool! Apocalypse is not just 45. I'm 45,000 years old. No, let me stop there. But thank y'all, man, for showing love to the channel, man. So let's get to this, all right? So shout out to the brother 78 Sports TV. I just did a collab with him on his channel talking about this. Please subscribe to his podcast if you have not. His channel. So Stephen A. Smith recently said that if Giannis doesn't win another championship, that would mean that he underachieved in his NBA career.
What's one word you would use to describe Giannis's career if he doesn't win another title?
Underachiever. Underachiever. I'm going to tell you why. It's one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Over the last 4 years, minimum 200 games, Giannis, second in the league, 30.4 points per game. Fifth in the league, 11.7 rebounds per game. Fifth among qualifiers at 58% from the field. And 9 All-NBA selections in his career, 9 All-Star selections, and top 10 finishes in league MVP voting 9 times. And he has more of that than postseason series wins. That's unacceptable. It's not his fault. I'm not in any way pointing to him or what he's not doing. I'm saying that you don't look at somebody that dominant, that fantastic, with that kind of fire in his belly to compete on a night in, night out basis, and all you have is one championship to show for it. He's got 1 playoff series win in the last 4 years. Ain't his fault. He was hurt a couple of times.
Right.
Got upset by Miami, Jimmy Butler and the crew. Jimmy and them gave it to him, no doubt. But this year, Damian Lillard goes down, you lose to Indiana. We understand all of that. But to know Giannis, his career, his accomplishments, his cachet, and to say 1 championship, no. You definitely expect more than that.
The fuck is he talking about? I'm at an absolute loss at what the fuck this guy's talking about. We're talking about, look, I don't mean to disparage the Bucks organization. This doesn't mean at all to be disparaging. But we're talking about the Milwaukee Bucks, okay? We're not talking about a franchise that has a long tradition of winning, a long tradition of dynasty level teams. Giannis Antetokounmpo turned around what was basically for 30 years, with the exception of that 2001 Bucks team, what was essentially 25 going on 30 years of mediocrity to absolute disgraceful basketball in Milwaukee. Giannis Antetokounmpo has had to deal with not just injuries down the stretch of individual seasons, which affected some of his postseason dominance, but people are totally leaving out the fact that he's had to deal with teammates who have been unavailable. I vividly recall at least 3 postseason runs where Chris Middleton was either unavailable or hobbled. Are you going to totally take out the fact that Damian Lillard tore his ACL and that before that he was hobbled with blood clots, which took him out of the equation? I mean, I know Giannis is a beast, but every championship player needs help. I mean, I know there's one guy who, despite the fact he's played with 20 All-Stars in his career minimum, I know every year he needs help. But Giannis, you still need help. What are you talking about? He won a championship. And he didn't do it with a super team. As a matter of fact, I vividly remember when I said one day Giannis was going to win a championship with the Milwaukee Bucks, 90% of my subscribers laughed at that take that I had. Laughed at it. So you're not going to turn around and twist it so that somehow, if he don't win another championship, his career is a disappointment? How is that possible? It's these types of stupid takes that have made basketball talk absolutely. That's why I don't really engage in debate with other channels, because you hear stupid shit like this. Winning a championship is extremely difficult. Don't get it twisted. Winning a championship is extremely difficult. It takes health, it takes talent, it takes cohesion, it takes chemistry, and also it does take a bit of luck. It takes luck. I did a video before, I think it's an hour and a half long video, talking about how every championship team you can think of got lucky a little bit. Giannis has been a bit unlucky. But what we're not going to do is single him out to some standard that other players don't have. Because if his career will be underwhelming, right? Or as he put it, disappointing or underachiever, then what about Jokic? Isn't he a 3-time league MVP? Isn't he, unlike Giannis, they say the most skilled big man ever? Oh, but with him, he gets an excuse. The excuse being the talent around him isn't great enough. But Giannis is supposed to win a championship with a hobbled Dame Lillard. He's supposed to win a championship with, a 38-year-old Brook Lopez. He's supposed to win a championship with, a bunch of role players and Jay Crowder a couple years ago. He's supposed to win championships with role players extraordinaire. He's supposed to win championships with guys who, not to be funny, but look like they could have been extras on the Andy Griffith Show. Are you serious with me? Are you really serious? Do you know how many all-time great legends never won a championship? Reggie Miller, Patrick Ewing, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Alex English, Adrian Dantley, Elgin Baylor. I know some people want to say he technically got one, but he really wasn't on that championship squad that went to the finals. You know what I'm saying? He kind of got an honorary title, but it's an asterisk. Pistol Pete Maravich never won a championship. Doesn't seem to hurt his legacy. Allen Iverson never won a championship. It never hurt these guys' legacy. Yeah, we would say, man, they never won a championship, but it just didn't work out. It wasn't until the rise of Skip Moronic Bayless and crane head ass Stephen A. Smith, where if you don't win 5 championships, you don't get to be considered all time. So let me get this straight. Dr. J's an underachiever because he only has one NBA championship. Now, of course, he has the ABA titles. Moses Malone's an underachiever because he has just one NBA championship. When does a championship become underachieving? My God. And my brother said, if championships matter so much in your estimation, then how in the hell did Chris Paul make your top 5 point guard list? But, I always know the excuse you give him. Well, he's little. He can only affect the game in so many ways. See, that's personal with him. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a guard. And that's how guards and smaller players look at bigger players. They think bigger players are supposed to be able to dominate the game, by themselves. And to an extent, you can. To an extent, you can dominate. But every great player needs help. Even Shaquille O'Neal. Even Will Chamberlain. And here is the inconsistency. If it's all about championships, right? Where does he rank Bill Russell? Bill Russell has 11 championships. 11. If we're going by rings, then is Bill Russell the GOAT? No, people will say, well, he had a lot of help. Okay, then. So if a guy doesn't have a lot of help and he dealt with injuries, then how can he be an underachiever if he didn't have those things that you say somebody that's an overachiever did? It's just, I don't get it, man. But what it all really comes down to is that the media, led by this clown, are upset because they can't control Giannis Antetokounmpo. They want to control him. For whatever reason, they see him as the help. See, a guy like Giannis, they look at a dude like him as a field nigga. I'm just going to be honest with you. I hate to put it like this. I hate to say it like that. But see, he don't get house Negro passes. See, James Harden, guys like that, they get house Negro passes. Oh, they don't gotta win a championship. As long as they can, shoot threes and be on highlight reels and cross somebody up, that's good enough. But see, Giannis, since he's not a in the bag type guy, he don't have a huge bag and all that crap, then he has to bypass that by winning a lot of titles like Bill Russell did, just to get a little bit of praise. But what they want Giannis to do is go help somebody else, and preferably in a large market. And since Giannis has been totally resistant to doing that, then, people like Stephen A. Smith who are egotistical and can't stand to have people challenge them, then they do sneaky things like, you know what I'm saying, try to ruin your legacy and make these ridiculous narratives about you. Now people are going to start saying and regurgitate, people who don't like Giannis are going to start regurgitating this stupid shit this guy's saying. Oh, he's underachiever, man, because he only got one title. You know, he got to at least have minimum 4. Like, man, shut up, please. Shut up. First of all, free agents are not flocking to Milwaukee. Okay, I tell you what. If y'all want Giannis to win all these titles, then have a organized year-long media push like y'all did LeBron James to have a big-time star go play in Milwaukee. I mean, you did that for Anthony Davis. You do that for other players. Oh, that's right, because y'all don't want to spend time in Milwaukee, cold, dreary Milwaukee. You want to spend all your days in the sun and fun in LA, or the glitz and glamour of New York, or the, you know what I'm saying, or the breeze and palm trees of Miami. According to them, there's only 3 teams in the NBA, you know what I'm saying, or 3 large markets in the NBA. It's a joke, man. It really is. It's a joke. And Stephen A. Smith was a joke. And by the way, if what I read about you is correct, Stephen A. Smith, learn how to clean up behind your goddamn self in the ESPN cafeteria. You got some home training, don't you? I know you're making $25 million a year, but when you eat, clean up behind your goddamn self. Okay, you're a grown ass man. You got table manners. You're not so goddamn big that you can't wipe your goddamn table clean and clean your eating area. You're not no damn pig. Then you got maids running around here, you entitled fuck. Anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.